Hey guys, hope everyone's having a good Monday, and I hope everyone enjoyed their Father's Day. I had a really nice Father's Day. My grandbaby, Mackenzie, stayed with me Saturday and Saturday night, and then I saw Max and my daughter-in-law Lindsay on Sunday, so that was awesome. Love them all. So guys, just know that your daddy loves you, and I appreciate everything that y'all do with me and for me. So let's get right into what we're talking about today. Our last video, we talked about low-calorie dieting and the different aspects of how it can be effective and how it can be used to kickstart your weight loss journey. And today we're going to talk about, low carbohydrate dieting, or in some cases it would be considered no carbohydrate dieting. And first, let me come right out and say, I don't agree with zero carb dieting, okay? I don't believe that you're going to go zero carbs for an extended period of time in a healthy manner and lose body fat, okay? Especially the diets that are calling for 60 or 70% of your calories to come from fat. I'm not opposed to adding some good fats, some healthy fats, so to speak, to my diet when I've lowered my carbs, but I don't think that just loading up on fats can be effective long term. Sooner or later, it's just not going to work, and it's not going to be very healthy. So with that being said, I think that everyone has a different carbohydrate sensitivity, and with that, you need to find out what carbohydrate level works best for you, okay? For me personally, if I fall in around the 125 grams a day range, then by the end of the day, I can check my ketones and I'll be mildly in ketosis, which for me, I think that's great. That's where I want to be at the end of the day. I think that checking your ketones is important when you're doing low carbohydrate dieting, because you don't want to stay too deep into ketosis for too long, because that's when you start sacrificing muscle mass. Your body will burn muscle for energy, okay? And you really need to know at what parts of the day, and how many days that you've been in ketosis, and how deep you've been. And if you get too deep for too long, you need to, bring yourself out. So for me personally, it's important to find that balance of just enough carbohydrates for you to still be able to reach ketosis consistently. And you also need to carb back up every fourth or fifth day, at least once a week, take in some carbohydrates and get your carbohydrate levels back up, and then get back on your low carb diet and process through that process again, and keep checking your ketones and be aware of what's going on, okay? It's not just as simple as eating nothing but protein and fat and no carbs and hoping for the best, okay? It works that way, but it's not a healthy way to do it. It's best if you check your ketones, know where you're at, and know what to do when you hit a certain level of ketosis, and to bring yourself back out. For me personally, if I get too deep into ketosis, a lot of times as bodybuilders, we'll use a low carbohydrate diet, right before a contest to shed that last little bit of fat. But I always check my ketones consistently through the day, every day. And if I get too deep, I'll take in something simple, a simple carbohydrate, to boost myself out real quick, and then I can fall back in pretty rapidly. But ideally, you're going to stay right there on the edge of the trace to small levels of ketones. That way you're burning just body fat for energy. If you do add fats, try to make sure they're good, healthy fats, and keep it within reason, okay? It doesn't need to be 60 or 70% of your calorie total being fat. So anyway, low carbohydrate diet can be effective. It's there again, like most diets, it's not very sustainable over a long period of time. It does have its downfalls, its disadvantages, one being that it's almost impossible to do a low carbohydrate diet for an extended period of time and not lose some muscle mass. And unfortunately, we don't want to lose muscle mass, okay? The idea is to lose body fat, not muscle. So I do believe that if you're going to do a low carbohydrate diet, you do need to add some resistance training into your regimen to help maintain the muscle mass that you have and not fall into that category of losing weight and it just being muscle mass being 50% of what you're losing. So anyway, that's my take on the low carbohydrate diet. Next video we'll be talking about low fat dieting, and then after that we'll kind of roll it all into one and how you can utilize the three, low calorie, low carb, and low fat, to your biggest advantage by combining the three of them to find the perfect balance for you. I appreciate you watching the video. If you have any questions, just leave a comment or let me know, and I'll be talking to you soon, okay? Thank you.